it's R&R Sugarloaf Farm. Welcome back to the channel. So, in today's video, I am going to talk a little bit about the does, but before that, they just got in trouble. They did. But we're going to talk a little bit about getting closer to kidding season, and so I hope that you like it, and yeah, so here we go. The girls have been very naughty today, so they get grain on the ground. It's not what we normally do, but they all had gotten out while we were trying to get through this gate up here to go through with the tractor to feed the cows, which you can kind of see the cows way up there. So yeah, the girls were very, very naughty and got out, and so we had to do something really quick to get them all put up. So today has been in the 60s. I'm actually in short sleeve, no jacket. This morning was in the upper 30s, so big temperature change. And around our area, Northwest Arkansas, we kind of call this, it usually happens around late January, early February, to where it's our false spring, and to where sometimes it'll happen to where we'll have it for several days or a couple of weeks in a row, and we'll actually have trees to start bud out, or we'll have jonquils, or is it daffodils, to pop up and stuff, and then they all get zapped again, and we'll have like freezing temperatures and maybe even another snow or something. Yeah, not fun. So we are officially, what are we, 8, 9, we're 10 days away from our first due date. So yeah, today is the 30th of January and our first due date is the 8th. So we've got 11 of these girls due between the 8th and the 14th. So yeah, we got our work cut out for us. Faith's gonna have at least 2. So one thing that I have noticed with most of these girls that are all due in about a week from now is most of them, their bellies are starting to shift to where you can tell that the kids are starting to get into position, and for that, it actually gives us a really clear view as far as like our guesstimate on like if they're gonna have singles or twins or triplets or whatnot. And I'll show an example of this real quick. So you have Faith here, right here. I believe she's due like around the 13th or 14th. Hope, be nice. Okay, so Faith, if you can see, she is very rounded in her belly. If the camera will focus, there it goes. She's very rounded in her belly, and she's very wide, okay? But if you go look, and she's a senior doe, okay? But let's see, Nippy. So, hey, Domino, don't bite me. That hurt. Ugh. Okay, so Nippy here is a first freshener, and I would imagine that she's got 2 in there, but you can tell that her kids have positioned to where now she is just about a week further along than Faith, and Faith probably, if like right now, I would say that she has triplets, but once they maneuver and get into position, you'll understand here in just a sec what I'm talking about. So right here with Nippy, see how her sides are kind of, You can see a little bit of her pin bones, her hips. There, I moved. Really? What is it with them? Anyway, so, okay, so you can tell, okay, left is lunch, right is kids. Now, she's a deep-bodied doe, and she's got a fairly nice udder, but not overly large. So I'm hoping does. Because whenever you get those really big udders, usually it means bucks. So, you know, her kids have positioned, have settled. Here's Raspberry. Raspberry's the same thing. She's due on the 8th as well. She's probably got a buck in there, maybe. But if y'all noticed, like, the last time that I kind of showcased Raspberry, she was huge. Like, gigantic. And that is because she winds up, you know, the kids are moving into position. So she, you know, it kind of, everything's settled down to where they're all out in the space. Now they're starting to slowly move into position to get ready for birthing. So, yeah, we've got several that are coming up, and I figure that we might have 2 that might give us quads. Other than that, I figure it's probably twins and triplets for most everyone except, where is she? Tootsie. Ultrasound said Tootsie was going to be a single. Now, she's somewhere between the 8th and 14th. I'd have to look it up. But, so, left is lunch. So, her left. Right is kids, or Rugrats, if you want to remember it correctly. So, she has, her kid or kids hasn't gotten into position. Okay? But she's also a deep-bodied doe. Okay, so here's a prime example. Nippy, udder, Tilly, udder. Tilly's got more kids than Nippy. Tilly's kids haven't been, they're not in position yet. Nippy's are. Tilly is about 5 days different. Yeah, I think just a couple of days difference in due date. But she's also going to have more kids. But if we move back over here, and sorry if the phone's a little shaky, or camera, I should say, I'm using my phone. But Nora, or that's not Nora, that's Nova. Get out of the way. I guess Nova's in heat. Because Toffee is bred, but look at that face. Oh my gosh. Little weirdo. Okay, but Tootsie, she's a very deep-bodied doe. Except whenever she turns sideways, and Nova must be in heat. Tootsie. Well, whenever she turns sideways, I'd be able to show y'all. While we wait for Tootsie to turn around, to where I can show y'all a side view of her, I wanted to show y'all Queenie because she gives a prime example of what I'm talking about. So, if you look, she's the other doe that is probably going to have a single. So, she's also a first freshener, but let me see if I can do it. Okay, so deep-bodied doe here. Okay, she's got some width and everything. She's real wide. She gets that from Dorothy. But she's not that big. So, I figured that she's probably got a single. And I think ultrasound, if I remember right, said like 1 to 2 for her. And hormones are going crazy. There's Nova and Hope going at it. So one of the things with first freshening goats, to where it's their first time to kid to have babies, you want them to have more than one. You know, you don't want them to have like, you know, quints or quads or whatever their first time, because it's going to freak them out and they're not going to know what to do, and then they're going to reject them all and you're going to have bottle babies on your hand. But you don't want them to have a single, because what happens is that single, it grows and it grows and it gets really big. And then for that first time to where they've never pushed anything out of the pelvic area, because the pelvis, I forget what it's called, but mainly what it is, the canal for goats, they have to go up and out. Okay, so it's sort of like a or something like that. It's weird, I know. Whenever that happens with first fresheners, whenever they need to push out a single, and we've had this happen several times with us, is to where they might be wide enough. And everything, but since they haven't done it before, it's going to be extremely difficult for them to pass a kid without assistance. And you might be looking at a C-section. Just to let you know that most C-sections are gonna run in upwards or close to around $1,000 now. It's not pretty, and 99% of the time you have to take the goat to your vet, because a vet's not going to want to come out to your farm in the middle of the night and perform a major surgery on a goat in a dusty old barn. They don't want to. There's infection and all sorts of other germs that can happen if they do that. So with first timers, you want them to have at least two. At least. Tootsie had two her first time, and then her second time she had a single, which he was huge, and this will be her third time, so I'm hoping that she'll have two. But hi Tootsie, we're going to use you as a prime example. Yes, we are. I'm talking about you, girl. But so if you see, she's deep-bodied, but her belly is not dragging the ground, okay? So she may only have one giant doe, right? A doe. Doe. Yeah. But anyway. Anyway, guys, I hope this video is going to help y'all. Yeah, my goats are being naughty today, so, but, I hope it helps you with understanding your does a little bit more as far as whenever they get close, some of the changes that you're going to see, and then also with, first fresheners, some of the obstacles that might occur, and even with your senior does, some of the obstacles that might occur. I think one of our next videos, I'm hoping that I can put it out this weekend with, as long as we don't have any baby goats and stuff, but I'm hoping that I can put one out as far as what some of the kidding supplies that y'all may need, and just, some of the stuff that we have on hand, some of the stuff that you might need, some of the stuff that you might want to have on hand but probably never will use unless, it's that one time. But anyway, hope y'all liked the video. Please hit that like and subscribe. It does help us out, and we'll catch y'all next time. Bye.